Good morning, Mustangs. I'm Robert Stewart, and welcome to another episode of The Mane. Today we'll be talking about the effects that the winter storm has had on Texas, how African American music has shaped modern day music, and some more senior shoutouts. But first, we'd like to start off with some school news about Mattia, brought to you by Lauren Lane.
Hey Mustangs, my name is Lauren Lane, and I'm going to give you the latest school update in just 1 minute. First off, listen up juniors, the time has come. The school-administered SAT has been set to take place on April 13th. But freshmen and sophomore, you're not off the hook. You both have to take the PSAT. Freshmen are set to take it April 21st, while sophomores have to take it April 20th. Next up, 9 Mattia Valley students were identified as finalists for the National Merit Award. Finalists were selected on the basis of their skills, accomplishments, and potential for success in rigorous college studies. That's pretty impressive. If you know them, tell them congrats and wish them good luck. And lastly, yes, graduation will be taking place this year. It is set to happen on May 28th at the Mustang Stadium. This still leaves the question of, what about prom? Although there is no formal confirmation, Mattia's student government is surveying students on its Instagram to see how to make a fun and COVID-friendly prom experience. Also, in addition to this, seniors have created a class of 2021 Instagram account in order to make a senior group chat, assign senior assassins, and showcase the next chapter of many Mustangs' lives. Well, my minute's up. That's all the news I've got for you now. This is the Lauren Lane for The Mane.
Rashidi Ashford has more on how Texas's drastic weather changes showed its vulnerabilities and strengths.
Texas has faced many challenges this month due to the snow, as the snowstorm has hit them hard, leaving many Texans grasping for basic needs, such as water, heat, and electricity. First, it led to power grid failures, which left many without heat or electricity. Due to this, many had to resort to burning wood, and some even their furniture and books to obtain some warmth. The Washington Post even stated that many houses and apartment buildings in Texas and other parts of the Sun Belt are built with minimal insulation, meaning that residents could not count on their homes to stay warm for long once the power went out. Later, Texas's taps had run dry, their pipes had burst, and their water treatment system had failed, leading many to resort to melting snow to obtain water. During all this, the Senator of Texas, Ted Cruz, has left his state to go on a vacation to Cancun, leaving many baffled. I sat down with some of Mattia Valley's people to hear their thoughts on Texas's plight and the actions of Ted Cruz.
That was something that, it really got a lot of play on social media, and I think it was rightfully so. Our elected representatives should be, kind of right in the time of a crisis, right with the people that they represent. And for your elected official to kind of fly off, to Mexico, it was really, really bad, I think, PR for Ted Cruz. I think he realized that soon after by, kind of quickly turning around and coming back.
It was definitely not a great decision to go to Cancun with his family when Texas is ridden with a snowstorm, but he really shouldn't be blamed for being a father and just wanting to take his family to the beach.
The decision to go was tone deaf. Look, it was obviously a mistake, and in hindsight, I wouldn't have done it. I was trying to be a dad.
And right now, what the politicians could do is, be of aid. They should treat this like a natural disaster, which it almost is, like anything like Hurricane Katrina or anything like that, because it is preventing people from accessing basic needs such as heat and electricity. So, yeah, it should be treated as a natural disaster, but people really shouldn't blame anybody. Just try to come together and fix what's going wrong.
For The Mane, this is Roshni Ashret.
Let's find out who our lucky winner was for this week's senior shoutout.
Good morning, Mattia Valley! Woo! Woo! Hey guys, it's your MCs. Hey guys. Hey guys, it's your MCs. Hey guys, it's your MCs. Hey, can you? Sorry. I'm sorry. Hey guys, it's your MCs. This week we're doing senior shout out. Our lucky senior is going to get a Mattia cup and t-shirt, and our lucky senior is Ola Asuan. Woo! We're getting ready to surprise Ola. Come on! Surprise! You're this month's senior shout out. A little gift for you. And so what happens is someone nominated you anonymously, but this is what they have to say about you, Ola. She is one of the most hardworking people I know. She puts people she cares about before anything else in her life. She loves making people smile and helping those in need. She deserves acknowledgement for being the amazing person she is. Vote for your next senior shout out in the link below and on the Instagram. Bye!
At Mattia, as a part of our life statement, we expect equity and excellence for all. Do you believe that Mattia is truly living up to its promise? The Student Voice Committee will be hosting its first ever E4Equity discussion to offer a place for you to share your thoughts, experiences, and ideas. Join the Zoom on March 17th at 1:30 p.m. to offer your insight and help make a change.
I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live. My mom said to me, you know, sweetheart, one day you should settle down and marry a rich man. And I said, Mom, I am a rich man.
With extracurriculars returning to a sense of normalcy, one of our robotics teams promoted inclusivity and qualified for the World Championships. Owen Harry has more.
At the beginning of the school year, with the circumstances of the pandemic and remote learning, I took the opportunity to explore how extracurriculars had changed. As we all saw, things were very different. Many sports had been postponed till later in the year, and many clubs had to, of course, go online. However, it's been 6 months, so let's take a bit of a closer look at how clubs like Robotics have adapted. Recently, one of Mattia's robotics teams, 8995E, qualified to Vex Worlds through their entry onto the Unite Online Challenge. For those of you who are unaware, Vex Robotics is a yearly competition in which teams compete to build, design, and program robots in a competitive format. In a more normal year, teams would traditionally go in person to events and qualify and work their way up to Vex Worlds. However, with the restrictions of the pandemic, they've had to come up with some new ways to go about competing.
Robotics has been difficult during the pandemic, probably because we can't build a robot, and then we faced challenges in getting to know each other.
Despite not being able to physically build a robot, the team focused on promoting inclusivity through their entry into the Unite Online Challenge.
I think what made our entry unique was that not only did we go over the problem, we also outlined a solution, but then we carried out that solution.
We actually looked at things from a different perspective, and that we actually wanted to solve this issue by creating a robotics bootcamp.
And of course, as things become more in person, the team is looking to build a robot to prepare for Vex Worlds.
We are super excited about the chance to go to Vex Worlds, and for the rest of this year's season, we're going to be working on building our robot.
See, I'll just say, we're going to build, we're going to have to practice, and honestly, just have a grand old time. That's pretty much it.
With that all being said, congratulations to 8995E for qualifying to Vex Worlds, and of course, good luck to all the teams that will be competing at Vex Virtual Worlds from April 20th to the 22nd. For The Mane, I'm Owen Harry.
Want to join The Mane? Ask your counselor how to join a media and communications class and be part of our nationally recognized show. And now on to Josh Munsen for the Josh Munsen News Minute.
Welcome to the Josh Munsen News Minute. This is a show where I explain the news in roughly 1 minute. I'm your host, Josh Munsen. Let's get right into it. First up, Mattia snowplows broke down during the last snowstorm, so his crews were given shovels and several gallons of Red Bull in order to shovel all of the snow. However, since productivity increased by over 300% as a result of the Red Bull solution, it is expected to be a permanent decision. The PTA senior handprint activity actually just a scheme to get one student's fingerprints. The Aurora Police Department says that this student has been identified and apprehended. This episode of the Josh Munsen News Minute is brought to you by Red Bull. Red Bull. Keep shoveling or you're fired. Mattia Media's Humans in Mattia series to now feature aliens and other extraterrestrials in new diversity campaign. However, reaching beings from other planets has proven to be quite the challenge, says newspaper advisor Mr. Adam Page. However, the newspaper staff is still optimistic about the program. And that's all for this episode of the Josh Munsen News Minute. Tune in next time I feel like doing this again.
What's up, sports fans? Do you think you have what it takes to go up against one of our trivia experts?
Well, you can see when you fill out the form in the description to have a chance to be on our next show.
And while you're doing that, make sure to check out our latest episode of the Double Teams Talk Show.
As Black History Month comes to an end, let's learn about the influence African American music has had on our American culture.
As new music is constantly evolving to new heights, whether it's a new genre or a musician themselves, it is important to acknowledge the roots from which it all began. Long before genres such as rap and hip-hop dominated the music industry in recent years, Black music has had a profound influence on the music culture of both the United States and the world. It is impossible to discuss the history of American music without examining the origin and blueprint that is Black music. As slaves were brought to the U.S. from Africa, stripped of their humanity and basic rights, they kept the only piece of their homeland they could truly embrace: music. They created art based off of their struggles and experiences on a foreign land while deprived of liberty. Years later, the invention of jazz came about. Jazz was the culmination and fusion of previous African American music art forms. Iconic jazz artists such as Miles Davis, Louis Armstrong, and Ella Fitzgerald are known for their power of taking this musical art form to the next level. The pop music we listen to on the radio today would not exist if it weren't for Black music also. Black musicians such as Prince, Whitney Houston, and the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, have catapulted this genre a tremendous amount into what it is today. Other music genres such as rock and roll and country, although considered to be largely white-dominated, many of its origins lie in the Black community. Rock and roll evolved directly from the rhythm and blues of the 1940s and 50s of Black artists at the time. Lastly, a genre responsible for its large role in the Black culture: hip-hop. Hip-hop encompasses a larger movement stemming from the urban Black experience, touching on racism and other issues affecting the Black community. So, basically, the next time you're listening to your favorite tune, try and think about where it came from, because it just so happens to be that it cannot exist without the influence of these iconic Black artists. For The Mane, I'm Christina Paar.
That's all for this episode. If you want to see more of our content, make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. If that's not enough, follow us on Instagram @MVHSMane and make sure to vote for next month's winning seniors using a link below or in our Instagram bios. From all of us here at Broadcast Journalism and Production, I'm Robert Stewart, reminding you all to stay safe and stay connected.